Hello friends. In the last video we talked about proportions, finding out if ratios were proportional. And today we're going to talk about how to solve proportions. So if we don't know part of it and we know it's a proportion, we can find the missing piece. So you're going to cut out and glue. I already did one. Your notes, it's going to be solving proportions notes. So take a second to label that and then put it in your table of contents. So you see here, mine was on page 43. Yours might be different. Solving proportions notes, page 43. Keeping up with that, keeping it all organized. So let's get to it. There's a couple ways you can do this. The first one we're going to do is solving proportions using mental math. So our instructions say solve for x so that the two fractions form a proportion. So I know they're going to be proportional, so that means that what I do to the numerator I have to do to the denominator. So step one, we're going to find the relationship between 8 and 4. So I want to know how 8 and 4 are related. I know that, or 8 and 24. 8 times something equals 24. 8 times 3. So 8 times 3 is what I'm doing. I'm going to rewrite my proportion. 3 over 8 equals something over 24. I knew that if I took it times 3, I got 24, so I need to do that in the numerator as well. So times 3. So I'm going to take 3 times 3 equals x. 3 times 3 is 9 equals x. So 9 is what our solution is. So 3/8 forms a proportion with 9 over 24. Okay, this first try, I want you to do it on your own. So go ahead, pause the video in just 1 second, and then try it on your own, and then come back to the video and see if you did it right or see what mistakes you made or if you totally got it. So go ahead and pause it now. All right, so after you try it on your own, I'm thinking, same thing up here. I want to find the relationship between the two things I do know. So I know that 3 times 5 is 15. So I know I need to do that on the top because they are proportion. So I'm going to find 2 times 5 is A. 2 times 5 is 10. So A equals 10. Okay, now there's a much more mathematical way where maybe you don't have to think, okay, what's the relationship? There are steps we can follow to do this, because sometimes we'll get to numbers that we can't necessarily do in our head. So using cross products, which is cross multiplication like we talked about last time, if they are a proportion, then we can use cross products. So the first thing we're going to do is use the cross products property. So I'm going to color code. What that means is I can take 7 times x and since it's a proportion, it will be equal to 13 times 21. Step 2, go ahead and do the multiplication. So we're going to multiply. 7 times x is 7x equals 13 times 21 is 273. So we just multiplied each cross product. Step 3, we're going to solve for x. So if I know that 7x equals 273, I need to undo the 7 times x by dividing by x, or dividing by 7. Step 4 is to simplify. 7x divided by 7 gives you 1x. 273 divided by 7 is 39. So x equals 39. Again, down here on the try it, you are going to solve for y on your own, and then after you do it on your own, come back and watch the video as I go through it real quickly. So go ahead and pause that now. Okay, let's walk through it. My first step is the cross products property. So I'm going to color code again. Those are cross products, and 7 and y will form cross products. So I'm going to take 4 times 77 and set it equal to 7 times y. Then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 77 is 308. 7 times y is 7y. Step 3, I'm going to solve for y in this case, but still my variable. So I know that if I have 7 times y, I'm looking for just one y, so I'm going to divide by 7. 7y divided by 7 is 1y, that's what I'm looking for. And 308 divided by 7 is 44, which is my solution. So that's the end of the video. Go ahead and close YouTube out, and then if you have any questions, raise your hand.